I start from where you ended, the reckless recruitment. Sometimes I listen to the rhetoric of some of my friends, and here in particular, it's being attributed to my former colleague, Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpuo.
Yeah.
And I ask myself, Rashid, how can you be saying this? You are too much experienced in the public space to be speaking like that. This is for mere political expediency. If you listen to what Nee said and what Elvis is saying, we know what our issues are. You only fill vacancies in the public space when there is availability. If people have not retired and gone home, and you haven't created a new desk, how do you recruit into the public space? So the public space itself is not that big. So until we begin to educate our people and get them to understand that working, that's why I love the people who say government must not be in the business of doing private business. If you listen to what Elvis was saying, that is one of our biggest problems as a country. The disconnect, they've said it in several languages and in several fora, the disconnect of the public service and the private service. Industry, academia, how we building our country, how we interconnecting. We put it at the back of our mind that the most secure job in this country, if you listen to the narrative of Elvis, is the public sector. That is government work. Because a population of over 30 million, if people who are on the role of SNIT, which is a futuristic savings, is just 2 million, which means it's just around people who are in, majority are the people of government who are paying their Social Security and National Insurance Trust.
Let's go for private and public and formal employment.
So if you look at it this way, which means it takes me back to a statement President Kufuor made some time back when he said that the employees pretend to be working and the employers also pretend to be paying them. So there's no honesty, there's no trust, there's total breach of faith. Before any recruitment and sanction in government, properly so-called, unless you go through some orthodox means, you need clearance from the Ministry of Finance. So all those people who were recruited at the time, they sought clearance from the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance gave the clearance. They went through the processes. And when Ministry of Finance grants you a clearance for recruitment, it gives you when to initiate the recruitment, because it is the one who is mobilizing the revenue and will make sure that you have same. So you ask yourself, why is it that members of the current administration who are in office, and we are 9 months into administration, and we are telling ourselves that we haven't paid officialdom, they have not been paid. It's because of the processes. For transparency's sake, some validations needs to go on. These are all procedures that need to be worked with. But because of how we want to be seen as, for quote and unquote, those who are just pious, who are clean, who are the best, will come out and say somebody was reckless. What do you mean by somebody being reckless? Why do you use a language which connotes something which you know indeed and in truth the fellow went through the procedure and did the right thing? So we are always turning around and chastising those in public office that yes, you leaked the letter, you leaked what? When we really know that our actions are not right, it's not sitting well with established practice. So for me, I pity Honorable Rashid Pelpuo for what he said. I pity him.
Why so?
For his age and for the experience that I, working with him back in Parliament, I know, and he understands the processes we go through in public recruitment. You can't come and just say this and get away with, because I'll prove you wrong. And he's 100% wrong.
You think so?
I'm telling you so. I'll give you evidence. Why did the Bank of Ghana ask people who they had asked to go home come back? Because they realized that the people had gone through proper recruitment processes, akin to all the other sectors. You can get away with some, but you cannot get away with all. Because today, you will listen to the Honorable Minister of Communications, and the Chief Whip of the majority in caucus, asking that we review the security services
The age limit.
Age limit. When my brother knew was speaking against that. Why? Because those actions are compromising all our institutions and polarizing our society. So everybody comes in, this man recruited these people. Whether you believe it or you don't believe in it, they are all NDC. Is that how we want to run a country? Is that how we must run our country? What are we doing to ourselves? It's so unfortunate. For all these years of experience that we have built, we still want to go by that same old crude method. Let me tell you, from my experience, these things happened in 2009 when President Mills became a president. There's a gentleman in Parliament today, Colonel Retired Damwa, Honorable. He was at the Manpower division of the Ghana Armed Forces. And they said he had done reckless recruitment. He was taken out of the service. And we reversed all duly recruited personnel that he had worked on under President Mills. They were reversed. Fast forward, the then Interior Minister, who later became Majority Leader, Honorable Avoka, was hauled before Parliament, single-handedly, without consulting and advertising, recruited people for Ghana Immigration Service. It's history to us. And you know why some of these things, the security services fight with civilians? Because if you don't do proper medical checks, the people, the training they subject the recruits to, some lose their lives at the end of the day. Yes. So I don't want to play politics with some of this. This is the life of our country. I came to meet a chief director in office. I didn't recruit a chief director. I'm mandated to work with them. That's akin to all other people in various divisions and disciplines and departments of public office. So when I hear some of these matters that comes at this age, I ask myself, so are we not learning as a people? Must we always go in circle? Why? Who wins? Nobody wins.
Right.
Instead of us sitting down, campaigning on a 24-hour policy and coming in and starting to make sure that things work, sitting down with private sector who are doing so well, getting them into understand and have an interface with government so that they can absorb the backlog that everybody is talking about. Because like it's been said, and I don't need to repeat it, look, all the money we mobilize as an economy, when we pay our interest, not even the principal, when we pay our interest, and we come and look at the wage bill, and then statutory funds that are supposed to go to other sectors of the economy, that sometimes gives government some relief. When you finish that, you have left with nothing. You have to carry your cap in hand and go for loans. So you go and borrow. And that's how we've been running our economy. How can we grow as a country if we continue to do this? And today you come, you point this finger. You see, what Elvis said, I have suffered it. I have a friend whose nephew, he asked me to assist to get into public service. I did all I could, and I wasn't successful. During the campaign season, you know, in new media, social media today, you are on a particular app, you can advertise your people. So I advertised my candidate on my WhatsApp status. The gentleman came to write underneath, 8 years, you couldn't get me recruitment, no way for you this time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he voted against me. I wasn't pained. I did my best. But to him, I failed him because he's being told that there is space. Whereas we understand that until a vacancy is created, until somebody leaves office and a vacancy is created, you can't hire. 2, until you create a new desk or you bring in a new idea, some innovation, newness, you can't recruit, you can't fill that space. Why can't we be honest enough and tell ourselves that this thing we are doing to our body politic, we are feeding the next generation with wrong information? Instead of coming to give them some hope, you rather blaming the blame game again, blaming the predecessor that he did reckless. To what end? Do you think Ghanaians are going to carry this message the way you expect them to carry it? No. Let's be smart about how we do our game. It comes against all of us. We are tied in it. You go to everywhere, then anybody is giving a commentary. Our politicians have failed us. Our politicians are thieves. When I hear that, I say, oh, Jesus Christ. I come in with a good heart to be of good national service and serve as a steward. Everybody wants to run you down as a guinea pig. Me, my brother sitting here, I know how he reasons. That's why I love this Thursday club. Yes, because if he does it that it is wrong, I'll tell him. Yeah. I don't need to be afraid of him. I only need to speak the honest truth to him and walk my way. And I believe that we have come of age as a country and as people dabbling in public service and stewardship to be truthful and stop using wrong language as we use, and rather come back later and be begging and be asking for apology and be asking for some other forgiveness. I don't, and I will not subscribe to that. It is 100% wrong, and you cannot say that. He shouldn't have even said that.
Very well.
If you can't pay the people, let them understand you can't pay them. The people are staying at home. We are telling us, look, if you do an audit as we speak, there are certain government offices you have recruited, you have filled them. Was that reckless? Did you publish them? I know for a fact. Did we publish them? So what are you telling me? Right.